Duck, the Great Western Engine, runs his own branch line by the coastline with a fellow Western Engine named Oliver. The two of them are set in their ways and do their best to run their line efficiently as possible. However, they don't always agree on everything. One sunny and crisp afternoon, Duck was waiting for Oliver's connection train at the station. He wasn't waiting long as he spotted Dulcie, one of Oliver's coaches, backing towards the platform. But when the train stopped, Duck was displeased to see Oliver in the middle of his coaches. "I've told you about this before. You'll have an accident if you keep hiding between Dulcie and Isabel," he huffed. Oliver rolled his eyes. "Would you calm down? The girls keep a good lookout for me, and Driver knows what he's doing." "All the same, you know how unpredictable a railway can be. A good lookout isn't always enough," remarked Duck. "Oh, really? Well, I'll be sure to ask Isabel to keep an eye out for any oncoming barber shops," said Oliver smugly. The coaches giggled. Duck wished steam crossly and set off once the guard blew his whistle. The main line was going through some extensive maintenance, and ballast was an essential part of the operation. The Fat Controller had assigned Donald and Douglas to collect and deliver the ballast from the Little Western. As usual, the ballast trucks were being a bother. "Up and down the branch line, being hauled by number 9, biff bash, bish bash, we must slow down," they slang as they slammed their buffers into the back of Donald. "Heard your wished," snapped Donald, bumping them fiercely. That did the trick. The trucks strained the coupling after the bump, and 3 of them broke away with the brake van, but neither Donald or his crew were aware. The guard climbed out of his van and went to find a telephone. The trucks cackled to themselves as they obstructed the line. They weren't laughing, however, when they heard an engine coming. Oliver was coming down the line, still in between his coaches. Dulcie rang her bell frantically when she spotted the trucks. Oliver's driver was alerted right away and applied Oliver's brakes from Dulcie's cab. Oliver tried his best to stop, but poor Dulcie bumped into the guard's van. Nobody was hurt, but the passengers and crew were irate. "I thought Donald knew how to handle his trucks. Now what are we supposed to do?" fumed Oliver. "We'll push them to the junction station. We can leave them in a siding there, and Donald can come back and collect them later," decided his driver. It was hard work having to push the trucks and coaches, but Oliver arrived at the station and placed them in the siding. The guard, who had ridden in the brake van, thanked Oliver and went to talk to the station master about contacting Donald. Oliver set off with his train, leaving the trucks all by themselves. Suddenly, the trucks felt themselves rolling slowly backwards. The rough riding with Donald and the bump from Dulcie had damaged their brakes, and now they couldn't hold their weight. "Faster! Faster!" they whispered excitedly as they began to roll out of the siding. The guard saw this from the platform and ran towards his van. But it was no good. The trucks were now moving down the line. Then came trouble. Duck was puffing up the line with Alice and Mirabel. He saw the trucks and whistled an alarm. "Stop! Stop!" he cried as the trucks hurtled towards him. Duck braked hard, but the trucks hit him hard and forced him backwards. With much determination and dropping of sand, Duck came to a stop. His guard went to check on the passengers while his crew inspected him and the trucks. Donald's guard came running down the line. His face was bright crimson and he was out of breath. "Lost something?" asked the fireman sarcastically. Poor Duck's brakes had locked and he was rather shaken from the collision. Douglas took his passengers on to the next station while Oliver came to help Duck to the works. "You were right, Duck. The railway can be an unpredictable place," said Oliver sympathetically. Duck sighed and looked at his sore buffers. "Still, suppose it's better than being hit with a barber shop." I reckon you won't be keen on running in the middle of your own train in future, Oliver chuckled quietly. And that was something Oliver and Duck could agree on.